Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It is currently Thursday and I don't know about y'all, but May is ridiculous schedule-wise here. Everyone has scheduled everything for the same weekends. I haven't figured out how I'm going to be in 2 different places at once. However, we have 1 more week before the chaos descends. I hope this light is not annoying, but it's so pretty outside right now. So we're going to do a super casual weekly reading vlog where I try to catch up because even though I didn't really have a TBR for this month, I feel like I'm behind. And I say super casual, but also I'm going to see if I can read 100 pages a day, every day for the next week. I'm unsure if I can do it. I know I can do it most days, but there's a couple days this week where I'm just not sure if I have the power. So we shall see how that goes. I have already read my 100 pages for today. I did it this morning before the kids got up because it was late start for us. But technically this vlog will start tomorrow. But I wanted to give you the intro so that I knew what I was going to be doing for this next week. But I think this will be a fun week. It's currently Wednesday. Did I say that or did I say Thursday? Tomorrow is Thursday and this vlog is going to start tomorrow. So hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. If you made it through that intro, thanks so much. I hope this is a fun week. Good morning, friends. It's Thursday. It's almost 5:30. I'm so tired, but I'm on page 152 of Stolen by the Wolves and I have about an hour before everybody will start waking up for school, so see how much reading I can get done. I just got home from dropping my youngest off at school. It is now 8 o'clock in the morning, a little bit more reasonable time to be talking to the camera. I did read for an hour before it was time to get my kids up and get everybody ready for school and get myself ready for work. And I read exactly 60 pages in that hour, which is good. That's good. I have a little bit of time before I have to go to work, so I am going to try and squeeze in a couple more pages. If this was a not Thursday, I would say I'm going to try and finish this book today because I only have this much left and I am really enjoying it. So like it'd be easy to just kind of dive into the book until I was done with it. However, Thursdays are like my busiest day of the week. I teach extra classes on Thursday than I do the other days of the week. It's also grocery shopping day. And then my oldest has had a couple poems and short story published in a locally produced anthology that you can submit to every year. And so the celebration thing for it is this evening. So my routine is not going to be how it normally is. That's okay. It's going to be so fun to go and celebrate her and her accomplishments. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to try and read right now while I have some time. I do usually listen to an audiobook while I grocery shop, and I have the audiobook for One Dark Window, which is due in 8 days. And I really want to reread One Dark Window because I want to read Two Twisted Crowns, but I don't remember really what happened in One Dark Window. So I need to reread it. So I think that will be my grocery store audiobook, which will be fine because sometimes I get distracted when I'm grocery shopping. And if I'm listening to an audiobook that has a lot of details I need to track, sometimes I will space out or I'll get distracted and then I'll miss stuff and I'll be confused and I'll have to go back and figure out what I missed. So I try to either pick something I'm familiar with or a middle grade or a YA, something that I'm pretty confident isn't, or like a romance, like something I'm pretty confident isn't going to be too intricate. And I think starting my reread of One Dark Window while I'm grocery shopping will A, make the grocery shopping be more fun, and 2, will be a good audiobook since I have read it before. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Like I said, the goal is 100. I'm 60 pages into that 100 goal already, so I'm not too worried about it. Here was my other thought while I'm doing this. Do I limit it to 100 physical pages and not count my audiobook time as pages? That's what I have to decide. I think having it only be physical could be fun. I don't know if that's realistic though. So something to think about. I don't know if you all can tell, but it's absolutely gorgeous outside. Also, I decided I am going to count this, but I'm only going to count books I read on audio if I also have the physical book. If I only have the audio, No, I'm not going to try to convert the math. It's just not going to happen. So I'm farther along because I did listen to it grocery shopping. I'm going to say, I don't think I'd recommend the audiobook. It's fine because I read this before, but it's not my favorite experience that I've had listening. I don't really like the narrator's narration voice is fine. The character voices I do not like. But anyways, I went grocery shopping and then I had a lesson plan for my dance class, and I have to leave soon to go pick up my youngest from school, and then I go back to work, but it's gorgeous outside. So I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes, go outside, read for those 15 minutes, and then carry on with all these annoying grown-up things I have to do. Also, I alternate whether I have iced coffee at home or whether I have energy drinks like week to week. And this week felt like energy drink week. And so we're gonna grab energy drink to take outside. I don't know if my camera is gonna work outside. It does not like it when I get into super bright lighting, so we'll see if I can get any B-roll of my reading extravaganza. No, not extravaganza. It's 15 minutes. Calm down. This book has me in a chokehold. I made it to page 266, so technically I'm done for the day. I read for those 15 minutes. I read a little bit in the car while I was waiting to grab my youngest from school, and then I read a little bit more when I got home from work while I was waiting for the oven to preheat to make dinner. I won't be able to read it again until my oldest and I get home. Do I finish it tonight? I have like 4 chapters. The only thing is, this might end on a total cliffhanger, and if it does, I'm gonna be big mad and maybe too wound up to go to sleep. So this may not be a good bedtime book, but I want to know what happens, and the level of control this hero has is everything. Everything. Like when I read a queer romance, I don't mind if both characters are messy, or if one of them is messy, that's fine. But if I'm gonna read a hetero romance, that hero better be buttoned up, in control, precise. Ooh, I love it. I love that dynamic. I love a super in control hero, because watching the heroine unravel him is the best. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. But I'm having a great time. I'm super nervous about how this is gonna end. Ooh. Also, there's been 2 steamy scenes, but these 2 have not even had sex yet. Like, not full, like, we've wound up to it a couple of times, literally a couple of times, but not yet. Okay, that's it, bye. Hello friends! So it's Friday, which is typically my day off. It is my day off, but my kids don't have school today, so it's a little bit of a different day off for me. But that's okay. My twins have rehearsal all day, so it's really just me and my youngest are going to be tooling around. I gotta figure out what we're going to do. We do have to go pick out a birthday present because my twins are going to a birthday party tomorrow, but because of their rehearsal schedule, and then my oldest is having her bestie sleepover, and then I have to go to work tomorrow morning, and so like in between all those things, like we do not have time for me to take them to pick out a present for the friend. So I'll have to go do it today. And I feel like I have to do, what else did I have to do? I had like a list in my head. But anyways, I read 33 pages. No, what did I do? I did the math for it too. Now I've forgotten. 37 pages? Yes, 37 pages. Okay, I read 37 pages of Stolen by the Wolves this morning and finished it. I believe the werewolf vlog is up already, so if you want to see all my thoughts about this book, you can go check that out. I'll link it down below. I ended up giving this a 4.25, much higher than I thought I was going to give it. I really liked it. This was really fun, and I am definitely going to keep going because this does end on a cliffhanger, and I need to see these two get together. I just need it. I need it in my life. I loved that hero so much. And again, like all my reasons why are in that vlog. So yeah, go check it out if you are so inclined. So that means I still have 43. No. So that means I still have 63 pages to read today. Yes, I am nervous. I am slowly working my way through Sword Stone Table. This is primarily my bedtime book. So I did read a little bit of this last night, and I've read, I think, 11 pages of it so far today. So I will keep going, but I don't think this is the one I'm going to focus on. I think I might be focusing on One Dark Window maybe, though I don't love that audiobook. So I think I might read it physically a little bit just to spare myself and see. I haven't read my finished copy because I read an e-arc before it came out, 2021, whenever this came out, 2022. Yeah, but I've never actually read my physical copy. Also, the narrative I have told myself is that I really, really loved this book. But I was checking on Storygraph and I gave this book 4 stars when I read it, which feels low. A 4-star rating isn't low, but it feels low for the way I have talked about this book to myself in my head. So that's interesting. I also have The Affair of the Mysterious Letter by Alexis Hall that I would like to start. This was one of the books I pulled from my TBR jar. And Mako Older blurbed it. Nice. So it looks like this is kind of like a Sherlock Holmesian story. I imagine it's queer in some way since it's Alexis Hall. And I believe this is more mystery fantasy than a romance, which I've only read romance from Alexis Hall. So maybe I'll start this one. I don't know. It's so nice today. It's going to be like 85 degrees. I'm not really prepared for an 85-degree day, but that's what we've got. And I am determined to enjoy it so much. So I'm going to get myself organized, see what my youngest wants to do with our day, and hopefully there will be time to fit, 63 pages of reading, 68 pages of reading into the rest of this day. Wish me luck. Okay, sorry friends. I have the fan on because it's like 87 degrees here today and we weren't really prepared. But today's been a super distracted type of reading day. I've read those 30-something pages of Stolen by the Wolves. I've read 25 pages of The Affair of the Mysterious Letter. I've read like 30-something pages of One Dark Window. I'm just all over the place today. So, and I haven't added them up, so I don't know if I'm even at 100 yet. But I think the plan tomorrow is to pick one book to focus on and have the majority of my 100 pages go towards that book, because this like sampling of all of them was not good for my brain space today. That's the plan for tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. My daughter has a friend sleeping over though, so who knows. Hello, it's Saturday. It's still hot. The fan is on. Will I ever use my tripod again? Who can say? What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. It's been a long day. Sleepover went great, in case you're wondering. I went to work this morning. Twins had a birthday party. Youngest is over at my mom's house for a sleepover. Everyone is busy. I did focus, and I've only read One Dark Window today, and I did hit 100 pages. I think I actually read like 120 pages. I am still listening to it mostly on audio, even though like I don't love the narrator. I'm just kind of going with it. But dang, I'm glad I reread it because I had 2 characters confused with each other, and it would have been a big confuse if I had tried to jump right into 2 Twisted Crowns. Also, can I show you my bookmark? It's a fork with spaghetti and a meatball on it. I bought it for my youngest, but they don't use bookmarks, so I have claimed it as my own. Anyways, this is fantasy. Ooh, ow, sorry. Okay, my hand's getting tired. Oh. Okay, I abandoned you all abruptly yesterday. Sorry, my family got home and, you know, the night just took over. We showed the twins Footloose last night. That was interesting. I hadn't seen the original in a really long time. I don't know that I like it as a 2024 watch, but that's a conversation for another time. Today, as you probably saw, was Mother's Day, or is Mother's Day, and we had kind of a slow morning and then went to Barnes & Noble, which you saw the B-roll, and then we went to a dress fitting because my brother's getting married and my twins are in the wedding, so they had to have their dresses altered. So we went to that, and then we went and hung out with my family at my parents' house, and it was great. I do have a little book haul. I do have a little book haul to show you because my twins picked out a book for me, and then my husband very kindly bought me my books at Barnes. So my twins got me The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields, which I have been eagerly anticipating. I think this is a cozy fantasy. I don't know. I really just want to read it because I think the cover is so pretty. So fingers crossed it's good. Also, Rachel Gillig has the blurb on the front, which is a fun coincidence. And then at Barnes & Noble, I got Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames. This is one that I've seen floating around YouTube a little bit. I think Sid read it recently and liked it. And my sister's partner, he and I have a very wide Venn diagram overlap in books that we like. He read it recently and really enjoyed it as well. And I am a sucker for a floppy Orbit paperback. I don't think anybody does a floppy fantasy or sci-fi better than Orbit does. And then I also got It Came From the Closet. This is a book of essays by queer authors about different horror movies and the horror genre. I started this on audio from the library and I really struggled with it. So I had determined that I really wanted a physical copy because the audiobook just wasn't the right fit for me, and I'm really excited to finally have this and to get to read it. Though I also just had 2 nonfiction audiobooks that I've had on hold for a while come in from the library, so I'm drowning a little bit in nonfiction, but that's all nonfiction I'm really excited about, so that is a good problem to have. As far as my little challenge goes, I read a little bit of One Dark Window this morning and I got 28 pages in. So this is the day where I may not do a ton of reading. I don't know that I'm going to read much of this right now. It's almost, I think it's like 4:45. I do have another volume of Witch Hat Atelier. I have volume 6 and I did start that this morning. So I might read that because I don't know that I have the brain power, to be honest, for a word book. I think I might need like a picture and words book. I do have a little bit of a headache. I think I had too much sugar today, but totally worth it. Oh, I was gonna tell you what this was about yesterday before I got cut off. Okay, let's see if I can do this quick because I gotta go manage small humans. But this is about Elspeth Spindle, who lives with her uncle. And I think I'm starting this wrong. Our main character is Elspeth Spindle, and in this world there is a illness that people can catch where they get a fever, and oftentimes after the fever is gone, the person is left with magic, and in this world the magic is considered really dangerous, and so those people are usually killed. Elspeth is the exception. Her uncle and her father hid her when she was sick and hid that she has magic, and as far as most people are concerned, she does not have magic, but little do they know that Elspeth actually has the power to see Providence cards and to be able to absorb their powers. And the Providence cards are like tarot cards, basically, so this is another tarot-based magic system. And Elspeth, when she was younger, touched what is called the nightmare card and absorbed that monster into her head. So Elspeth shares her brain space with this nightmare card. And we're going from there, you know? There's a lot going on in this book. And the nightmare frequently speaks in rhyming couplets. And I don't remember it bothering me when I read the arc. I clock it more on audio for some reason than I did reading it physically. And there is a romance, but I would say it's a real slow smolder. I wouldn't even say it's a burn, but it's got like dark gothic fairy tale vibes, and I do very much enjoy that. And there's a lot of action, which I also really enjoy. And yeah, I think a 4-star holds. I agree with that rating. I am having a good time with it. There are things that I wish were a little bit different, but overall I think it's a fun time. Now, I wonder if I will get to a part where it'll push it closer to a 5, just because I have memories of loving it so much, but we'll see. We'll see. That was 2 years ago. That was a different Emily. All right. I am gonna go and spend time with my family and enjoy the novelty of my husband cooking dinner. I love it. I haven't had to make a ding ding thing for anybody today other than myself. I made myself breakfast, but like my twins got their own breakfast. My mom fed us lunch. I'm like, ugh, the whole day without cooking anything. I love it. All right, I owe you all an update. I barely got my 100 pages in yesterday. I only read 23 pages of One Dark Window, and then the only reason I got over 100 pages is because I started volume 6 of Witch Hat Atelier by Kamame Shirahama, and I love this manga so much. I really liked volume 1, and I've liked every volume, but I feel like in the last 2, like 5 and 6, I've really grown to love these characters even more, and it's so sweet and it's so cozy, and I really like the relationship that is blossoming between the 4 apprentices in this book, especially like the way they're starting to like knit together as a group. So sweet, so cozy, so heartfelt, and got a lot of joy out of this one. So I started it last night and I read like 85 pages of it, something like that, and that barely tipped me over 100 pages, and then I finished it this morning, and so I've only read, I don't know, I read 80 pages so far today. The manga pages just hit different than a novel does. So that's good. I think I'm gonna have today be the last day of this vlog, because I think I might have said a week in my intro, but honestly, I'm starting to lose steam a little bit with the, like, I know I can easily read 100 pages a day, but now that I'm purposefully tracking it, it's not as fun. It's not as much of as a good time as it was on like Thursday. And also I have some other bookish projects that I need to get going on, and we're almost halfway through the month, and like I have things I have to do. So this is gonna be the last day for this vlog. I did listen to a little bit of One Dark Window this morning. I need to do some cleaning up around the house. I need to do my laundry. I did kids' laundry over the weekend, and I need to clean up my youngest's room. But like, so here's the deal. I do not clean my kids' rooms. That's their job. However, occasionally their room tips so far over on the messy scale that it becomes overwhelming for them to even clean up. So when we get to that part, then I kind of go in and I'll do like triage basically, so that it can get back to a place where it's manageable for them to take care of it. So that's where my youngest's room is at. It's just overwhelming. Not the whole room, but there's like pockets of the room that are overwhelming. So I want to tackle that for them. And then I want to go to the gym before I have to pick E up from school. So I have about an hour-ish at home. So I'll listen to my audiobook and try to get that done. But let's do kind of like a rundown of where I am book-wise. So obviously Witch Hat Atelier is done. I'm still working on One Dark Window. I'm about yay far through the book. I probably will not finish this today, but for closure's sake, I think my 4-star rating is going to hold. I'm still steadily making my way through Sword Stone Table. I do have access to the audiobook, and I think I might start to utilize it. I have been reading with just like my eyeballs. With this one, have I talked about this one? I think a little bit. This book is separated into 3 sections. There's a past, a present, and a future. I didn't love the past stories, even though like they are making, like those stories are making the King Arthur legend more diverse and like introducing queer characters into the mythology. I felt like most of the past stories still felt a little predictable, like they were still following the King Arthur legends very closely, and it just didn't feel as inventive or as creative as I was hoping for. Now that I'm in the present, I'm really liking it. I've only read 2 of the stories, but the first one had a lot of mixed media components, and I thought that one was really interesting. And then the second one was like the King Arthur legend, but Art is a boy who is living on a reservation, and his parents were of the generation that were sent to the residential schools in Canada. And so it has a lot about the trauma that parents pass down to their children, what something like the residential schools does to a community and to a culture. And I really liked how that was all weaved together with the themes of the King Arthur legend and the sword and the stone component of that legend and when Arthur is a child. So I really, really like that one. That's probably my favorite so far. So this is probably going to take me all month to read because I'm just reading a story or 2 at a time, and then I'm taking a little break, and then I'm going back because I don't have a good stamina for reading a lot of short stories. So I'm trying to set myself and this book up for success because I really want to like this collection. And then sadly, The Affair of the Mysterious Letter. So I read 26 pages. I got to chapter 6. These chapters are very short, which is definitely in their favor, but I have felt zero desire to pick this up since Friday. Was that when I picked it up? I have zero desire to read this book. So I'm not sure what that's about. The style of the narration is very Sherlock Holmesian, and I don't know if I'm really in the mood for that story right now. And this is from my TBR jar. However, it is not a self-destructing TBR. Like, if I decide not to read it, like, I don't have to get rid of it. Nothing bad will happen to me or to the book. So I'm trying to decide if I keep going and hope that I sink into the style a little bit more and it becomes something I want to pick up. Or if I say, you know what, it's not the right book for right now, and I just put it back on the shelf, I put the slip back in the jar and I try again another time. Or if I just decide this book is not for me and I DNF it. I'm not sure what the answer is. If you've read this, I would love to hear what your thoughts are about it. If you liked it, if you wish you had DNF'd it, if you thought it was a good time, yeah, let me know. Because I'm kind of unsure about what my next step is going to be with this book. But right now, I just don't want to read it. All right, that is your very wordy update. This clip is long already. So I'm going to go get my cleaning done so that I can go to the gym before children come home. And hopefully I can not finish One Dark Window. That's not. Is that possible? Is that a thing? It's not even 400 pages. So it'd be like 150 pages left. We'll see. We'll see. We won't know until we try. All right, I'm home from the gym and from picking up E. I also went to Home Goods and I bought the one thing that I went there for and then a few things that I didn't go there for. So we have a little Home Goods haul. The thing that I went there for that you will not see are I got new sheets for E's bed, but they are in the wash so that they can sleep on them tonight. And then the impulse items, well, not impulse, toothpaste. That was not impulse. I got over the door hook. This is for the twins' room because they have all these random bags and totes and purses that they use, and we don't really have a place to keep them in their room, and so they end up just like in a pile behind the door. So I'm gonna try and introduce some organization into their lives. And then I very impulsively look at these cups. They look like Solo cups, but they're like whatever that material is, and I forgot to check and see if they were dishwasher safe. Yes, top rack dishwasher safe, but best results hand wash. That's okay. They're so pretty. So I don't know. I just thought this would be fun for summer, for water, for iced coffee, for whatever. Colors were too good. And then I bought myself a new coffee mug, which I have not bought myself a new coffee mug, and I can't remember the last time I bought myself a new coffee mug. And this one was so cute with like the florals on it. I don't know. I just thought it was so pretty, and it's a good size, and it was under $5, so that's a win for me. So anyways, I guess I'm gonna go wash the stuff that needs to be washed, do laundry. E and I have to do some homework for their speech class, and like just chill the rest of the afternoon. I did listen to One Dark Window while I was at the gym doing my workout, but I was only there for like 35 minutes. It was a super fast workout because I spent longer in Home Goods than I had planned, agonizing over what color of these cups to get. That's that. All right, my friends, I'm here to close out this vlog. It's Tuesday morning. I did finish One Dark Window this morning. So while it doesn't apply to the 100 days for yesterday, I did complete it, which is great. I feel like the ending was different. Yes, I have a trash memory sometimes, but I feel like the way the E arc ended was different from how the audiobook ended. So I don't know if that's my faulty memory. I don't know if the arc got changed before they did the audiobook, and I can't say what the difference was, but there's like a whole scene after a big thing happens that I don't remember at all. Like, was totally new information. The last thing I remember is Elspeth opening her eyes and things being different. So that was kind of fun. Honestly, 40% of the time it was like I was reading a book I'd never read before. So it was a good time. I'm still, like I said yesterday, it's still a 4. I don't know that romance is earned. I don't feel any pull between those two characters. I don't really feel any tension before they confess feelings. I just don't know that the romance was necessary. Like they could have just been friends. I don't know why it has to be romantic, but so that's like the romance is why it's not a higher rating. And now that I've finished it, now I remember that. I like the magic system. I like the stuff that's going on with Elspeth and the nightmare. I find the romance very uninteresting, but that's okay. And I'm excited to see what happens in book 2. After that new to me ending. So now we're at the end. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. I didn't read as much in these 5 days as I was kind of hoping to. I think when I said 100 pages a day, I think I thought I would be finishing like 4 books, and that is not what happened. School bus was very yellow. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep going with Swordstone Table. That's gonna be probably a month-long read, and I have set the Affair of the Mysterious Letter aside for now. I'm probably going to let it roll over into the June TBR if I don't finish it with the remainder of this remainder of May that we have, because it's only May 14th. So I have a while to still circle back around to it. And is there anything else that I was reading that we needed to talk about? No, I think that was it. All right. So yeah, cool. Leave a tree emoji if you want to let me know you were here. And like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!